Oh man, so Goldman Sachs is now coming out saying that second quarter GDP is not going to decline by, initially they said 30%, then they're saying 34%, now they're saying 39%. That's bad, but they expect GDP for 2020 to fall 6.85%. And again, this is on the assumption that third quarter GDP snaps back, third and fourth quarter. I can't remember which one was which. A big one, I think it was a big one in third quarter, and then again another relatively snap in fourth quarter come back. So even with a third quarter and fourth quarter coming back strong, like Goldman Sachs predicts, we still have a negative GDP of 6.85. I don't see this. Look, I'm not professional economist. I don't crunch the numbers. How do you have, I mean, what's a third of the country, big parts of the country too, California, Oregon, right? Oregon or Washington, one of those freaking states. I mean, all the same. How do you have these huge states? California's GDP is gigantosaur when it comes to the overall economic GDP of the United States. As much as we like to bash on California, and it's fun to do and easy to be honest with you, the facts are California plays an integral role in the overall economic output of the United States. You take away California, the country as a whole, GDP output is declined is significantly reduced. Now the thing so anyway, from an economic wide perspective for the nation, if California is off the grid essentially with their GDP, that's going to make the GDP in the whole United States suffer. Really, we're going to be sucking wind. But what's interesting, this is what's interesting, I think it's overlooked. Your local GDP, your economic output, is all localized, if that makes sense. And so, like, I was listening to my man Clay Travis just today, and he's saying that in Nashville, Nashville's big lips, man. I mean, everyone says Nashville's southern. It's not that far south. Nashville's country. No, not that kind of country. That's not, trust me, that's not right-wing freaking redneck stuff. Let me tell you, that's wannabe LA with a little bit of fiddle thrown in there. But anyway, so Nashville shuts down. Everyone drives to the next county over to what, Brentwood or Franklin or something like that. Because I can't remember exactly what he said, but 10 minutes outside Nashville, you could go to the bar, you could go get your haircut, you could go do this, go do that. So what's non-essential in Nashville is essential in the local towns around the town. You see what I'm saying? So basically, Nashville is going to get hammered relative to GDP, it's gross domestic product, but you hate to even use GDP that localized I guess you could. Anyway, Nashville's going to get hammered, but the localities are not, if that makes sense, to the extent that Nashville will, because everyone's saying, it's almost like when Seattle put the soda tax, all right, and so no one went to Costco to buy their stupid soda. They just went in King County, right next door. Literally, they went over the county line to buy it. And so Seattle, did they revoke that because they were getting hammered? They lost so much revenue. And look, I'm not exact. I just remember this was an issue that you could literally go from this street to that street and save, dollars on your stupid soda. And I say stupid soda because soda is such an evil thing. I just find it funny. We want to ban coronavirus, yet we're going to legalize soda. I mean, look, I don't want to ban anything. We got enough stuff banned. But if you want to go after things that kill people, sugary drinks, soda, orange, freaking Sunny Delight and all that stuff, you should be going after that crap. And, to be honest with you, the libs try to by raising taxes on sin products, which I hate that too. But be it as it may, I just find it funny. Like, oh, coronavirus, we're all going to die. Well, what's killing people more than coronavirus is obesity, diabetes, and whatnot. And yet you're not saying anything about that. Anyway, so we go back to the localities. Their local gross domestic product is going to be contingent on your governor and your mayor. And if your governor and mayor are freaking fear-mongering, well, guess what? You're probably not going to have a recovery that quickly. If your governor and mayor, like the good state of Georgia, are freaking saying, go crazy, man, up to you, or Florida, Ron DeSantis, think how close it was Oh, politics shouldn't matter in financial planning. Are you freaking insane? Andrew Gillum almost won governorship in freaking Florida. Almost won. Ron DeSantis won. And now, not only is Andrew Gillum freaking a crackhead or something like that, because we found him in a hotel with his, well, let's just say, some people who he shouldn't be palling around with heroin bags and stuff like that. So he's a freaking junkie. On top of that, he would have shut down Florida. Florida, one, again, the biggest population in the United States, a huge component of overall economic activity in the United States. Now think about that. In Georgia, what's her name? Stacey Abrams. She, when it wasn't nearly as close, they try to make it seem, but it was close enough. But still, she would have shut us down. I would be illegal for me to do what I'm doing right now if Stacey Abrams is in charge. This is where politics matters. Your business is contingent on the politics, the political people you elect. To say, I don't want to get involved in politics while you're trying to run a nail salon or you're trying to run a freaking meat plant is insanity. You have to be engaged. This is one of the things that drives me crazy about libertarians, because libertarians are notorious for saying my vote doesn't matter. It doesn't matter in the overall scheme of things, that is true. But to cede the ground to the statists because you say my vote doesn't matter, this is what happens. Oh, man. This is what happens time and again. I'm going to protest my vote doesn't matter by staying out of the political realm. Dude, your vote doesn't matter, but your vote with that guy's vote do matter. And to just sit there and say, oh, my vote doesn't matter, I'm not going to vote, it boggles the mind. Yes, your vote specifically doesn't matter. Your vote combined with all the other people's do matter, though. So you've got to get involved. And you get involved by saying, these candidates want to shut me down. These candidates don't. That affects my financial situation. That affects my being. And thus, if I don't get involved, I'm going to be shut out of my ability to make my family economically more viable. I don't get it, man. It's nuts to me to say, oh, politics and financial planning have nothing to do with each other. They're completely enjoined at the hip. My goodness. Anyway, I'm going to Walmart right now. I got to get a little battery or a plug for my grow lights. Man, you ever clean something up and then you say, I'll put it over here, I'll remember where it's at, and then you forgot where it was? That happens to me all the time. I'm not that bright. I don't know why you guys follow me. I don't know. I'm going to clean this thing up so I can easily find it, and then I can never easily find it again. I got these grow lights, which I love, from Arrow Garden, which I got a crazy sale about 2 years ago. I haven't set them up, so I'm getting ready to do that right now. But anyway, so we'll see what happens with GDP. But if California doesn't open, the economic output will be reduced significantly. But that's just for California. If they want to play that game, it sucks to be you out there. But everybody else we won't be able to make it up for what California is doing in the overall scheme of the GDP for the United States. But relative to your local GDP, you could see something, something that's booming, depending on what your governor is and your mayor. So anyway, oh, by the way, I'll say that for next time. When I get back, I'll do another one. All right, we'll see you.